name's Chris Kirkman. I'm here to see Dr. Laithwaite for my medical.
Hello Chris, Dr. Laithwaite. Take a seat.
Hello, nice to meet you.
You're Chris Kirkman.
Hello.
I presume you've got some identification with you.
I have. The law firm asked me to bring my driving licence, which I've done.
Okay.
Is that all right?
It's a legal requirement, not my requirement, but can you just confirm your home address for me as well, please?
15 Rowan Road, Shoal Hill, Huddersfield, West Yorkshire.
Brilliant. Thank you, Chris. Okay, so you're here for a personal injury medical, which is where we discuss and document your injuries from your road traffic accident in February 2017. Okay. Just to put you at ease, it's not a clinical medical. We don't ask you to undress. We don't use any medical equipment. I literally want to have a conversational discussion with you where I can assess your injuries and make sure that everything is documented. It's going to take 15-20 minutes, but the outcome of that will be I produce you a report, which is a personal injury report, which will be the base of your medical evidence that your solicitor will use to gain your compensation for your accident. It's going to look like this. We'll give you a visual pain score. It'll have your details, it'll have my details. It'll talk about an introduction, the accident, the circumstances which you're going to talk about shortly, and your injuries, what you're going to talk about. You're going to tell me what treatment you've had and I'll document that. And then any effects on daily living. For instance, if you used to go to the gym 5 times a week and now you can only go 1 day a week, I need to know about that. And any effect on your future prospects. So, for example, if it meant you couldn't do your job, I don't think that'll apply, but that's where we would discuss it in future prospects. Okay. That report will be signed and it'll be with your solicitor within 24 hours of our discussion. So, it's really important that you tell me all your injuries, tell me the accident circumstances, tell me if you've reported it to a GP or you've been to see a GP. You need to tell me whether you've had any x-rays, you've been to hospital, because all this is really important information that needs to be included in your medical report. And furthermore, if you've had any physiotherapy that's maybe recommended to you, you need to tell me that. And also what we call CBT, which is cognitive behavioural therapy, which would have helped you with anxiety or nervousness. Sometimes drivers, passengers in car accidents can become nervous and fear becoming back behind the wheel. So a few telephone sessions of CBT with a counsellor would help to build your confidence and help you with that.
Okay.
Prior to attending today, you should have received a pre-medical questionnaire.
That's correct.
You have, brilliant. And I can see you've completed it. And let me clarify the information I have on file, and if this needs to be amended, then please tell me. You're a 40-year-old male, married with 2 dependent children. You're employed as a full-time electrician and you were involved in a road traffic accident February 17.
That's correct.
You were the driver of a small saloon car.
Yes.
Wearing your seatbelt.
Yes.
You were hit from the rear and both airbags deployed on impact.
That's right.
Okay, Chris, it's your turn to talk now. I've talked enough. I want you to tell me in your own words what happened at the accident, the circumstances, the weather conditions, your speed of impact, and then I want you to tell me about the injuries you sustained, and if you've reported these injuries to anybody. So in your own words, tell me a bit more about the circumstances.
Okay, it was February half term and we were on a family holiday and I was driving the family up to Scotland, and I was at the point where the M61 meets the M6. It was a drizzly day and there was sort of 4 lanes of traffic and it was stop-start. I pulled onto the M6 and I moved onto the outside lane and the traffic ahead of me was stop-start, and I got to the point where it was stationary. And I looked behind me and there was a car that was probably, it was about 80 yards away, and I could see it and it started to accelerate. I was stationary and it ploughed straight into the back of us at the time. I remember thinking I could see this car was going to come and it's going to hit me. At that point, both airbags deployed. My wife was in the back, my daughter was in the front passenger seat next to me, and it was quite traumatic, as you can imagine. So we were stuck on the outside lane, obviously the complete stationary traffic. And at that point, obviously I made sure my family was all right, we were all safe and sound, and then I endeavoured to get my car onto the hard shoulder, which I managed to do that. At that point, the police and everybody came, and I suppose at the time I was in shock, but as I've been in a road traffic accident, and I was just really concerned about A, the holiday, what was going to happen, and B, how was I going to get there, and making sure me and my family were all right.
You've described your accident circumstances, and I've made some notes on that. So tell me about your injuries now, and the injuries at the time.
I didn't think I was injured. The holiday was ruined. All I wanted to do was get home, and it wasn't until actually the day after when I woke up and my neck was really stiff. I found it hard to move, and I got a burning sensation in my shoulders. So I booked in to see the doctor on the same day. I popped down there and he prescribed me some ibuprofen, some cocodamol, and he also advised that I go see a physiotherapist actually, because I'm fairly fit and active, which I did do.
You've given me a good overview of your injuries and the accident circumstances. It's clear that you have suffered from a self-limiting whiplash injury, which is a soft tissue injury. This is self-limiting, it will self-resolve. You've taken the right drugs, codriamol, cocodamol, ibuprofen, which were prescribed, and I would recommend you continue to take those drugs until you feel that you're in a better place. I think you're absolutely right, in my opinion, to have early physiotherapy. And I've noted that, I've put that into the report, that I think the 6 sessions of physiotherapy that you have had has certainly helped you in the recovery process.
When I think back to the time, I remember looking in that rearview mirror and seeing that car and knowing that car was going to plough into me was fairly traumatic. Particularly, I got my family with me. I was a little bit nervous getting back in that car, but a couple of phone calls, they really helped build my confidence back up, and I'm back behind the wheel, safe and sound.
Okay, thanks Chris. You've given me some really good information that I can prepare your report for now. In my opinion, you have suffered a soft tissue injury, and the prognosis period is in the range of 6 months. So I'm hopeful that you will be fully recovered in 6 months. And if you're not, then you need to contact your solicitor again, who will arrange another medical appointment, probably with an orthopaedic surgeon, not a GP. So that concludes our medical examination. Your report will be back with your solicitor within 24 hours, who will then speak to you and agree the content of the report with you, and then they'll pass that on to the insurance company. So, anything to add?
No, I think that's everything. Do you need anything further from me?
That's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, Chris, nice to meet you.
Thank you, Dr. Lakely.
Let me get the door for you. Thank you.